Paratroopers played a key role in the D-Day invasion 80 years ago. And this week, hundreds of reenactors jumped from the sky to honor their bravery and sacrifice.
And our own Charlie D'Agata made that very same jump over Normandy, and this is some of his story.
Not much has changed in the training of those paratroopers who risked and lost their lives storming into Normandy 80 years ago.
Half a pace step forward, quick, march! Go!
How to jump, land,
Run!
and pack your own parachute safely. A lot can go wrong, and mistakes can be fatal. In the Netherlands, we put that training to the test.
There are no practice runs for jumping.
We climbed to a height of 2,000 feet.
There's no turning back now.
In the door, Charlie. Hands down! Hands down! Both hands.
I free fall for 5 terrifying seconds and then check to see if my parachute has fully opened.
I've got a good canopy. Easy. Brace for impact. Coming a little bit right.
That was a good landing. My first ever jump out of the way.
And Charlie is back on his feet, joins us now to speak about that incredible jump. You've got to, take us into the plane. What was that experience like for you? And for the point, how does it better put this all into perspective for us of what was done 80 years ago?
Yeah, Errol, the whole point of the exercise, that training that you saw there, that elegant jump and landing, was to kind of put ourselves in the footsteps. Maybe the boots would be a better description of the paratroopers, who landed that night. So as far as we were concerned, I've never jumped out of an aircraft before. You would have had young soldiers who had had a little bit of training. I mean, I don't want to downplay the 82nd and 101st. We're talking about actual airborne troops here. But yes, that's the same kind of chute that you're looking at right there that they jumped in. It is slightly controllable. There's a real jerk when you come out, but you have to make sure that your parachute is going to open. That's not always the case. You got to know when to go ahead for your reserve chute. If you get tangled up in the cords, jumping out of a C-47, which is what we did here, is not that Cessna. You don't sort of scoot your butt out. You run, and then you haul down. Now, all of those things can be potentially fatal if you don't get it right. But on top of that, what they were dealing with is coming into Normandy, the exact place that you're looking there. That is where they landed. They're landing there with 60, 70 pounds of equipment, rifles, and of course they're coming under anti-aircraft fire from the Germans. They don't know where they're going to land. And that was a huge issue for them. Figuring out how to control that parachute and hit that land. By the way, that's a good landing. To figure out how to get that landing in and that drop zone, they were scattered all over Normandy, and that slowed down the offensive here. And they're well behind enemy lines. Right. So in the dark, getting shot at, bad weather. Few of those C-47s went off course. A few of them were shot down. A lot of those paratroopers were dead before they hit the ground. A lot of them died on the ground. So it's just a hint of the challenges that they had to face that night and the next 2 nights.
And we do know more than 4,000 Allied troops lost their lives in D-Day and in the invasion of Normandy. And I'm just thinking about your very soft landing. There was a smile on your face, and imagining what it would have been like for somebody who's dropping behind enemy lines 80 years ago tomorrow. What's the atmosphere like there, though, in Normandy today ahead of these ceremonies?
Yeah, Lana, it's always very solemn, but there's thousands and thousands of people here. There are reenactors. There are people driving around in U.S. Jeeps. Everywhere you go, there are American flags. Of course, here at the American Cemetery, remembering 9,000 Americans who died here. We have these ceremonies tomorrow. So it's kind of hard to describe what it's like. So you have all these people who have come out from all over the world, many Americans here. The French are here. When we landed, we were actually greeted by the French. So they're taking part in this. And I think what makes this a bit more poignant, we had the 75th. Obviously, that was huge because of its number. But the 80th because of the nature of time, there are few people who were actual eyewitnesses, the veterans that actually took part in D-Day. We've spoken to one or two of them ourselves, and I think there's a real sense that they have to keep this going. We have to keep remembering the sacrifice that happened here, especially with all the challenges that are facing not just the U.S. military, but Europe and other areas around the world.
That's a great point. And at the time, they were all so young, 18, 19, 20, 21, and not knowing what was happening next. And we're eternally thankful for their sacrifice, giving us the world we have today. And even to you, Charlie, for doing this for the first time, to take our viewers, giving them just a glimpse of what that was like. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Al. I appreciate that.